as we finish up Module 1, linear equations and inequalities, I'm going to help you with some word problems. I'm just going to help you set them up, and then it's just solving the linear equations. So you always read the equation. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 132. What are the 3 integers? That last question usually helps you define what you're going to let your variable equal. In a linear equation, you want one variable. Usually we pick x. So when I read the question, I need to know what the sum of something is. It's an addition problem. And I need to understand what consecutive means. It kind of means in a row. So 5, 6, 7, those are consecutive integers. 10, 11, 12, those are 3 consecutive integers. And I want to find 3 of those that add up to 132. So when I read that last statement, what are the 3 integers? I'm going to let x be the first integer. That means I have to relate the other 2 numbers to x. Well, if I look at these consecutive integers, the next number is 1 bigger. So x plus 1 can represent the second integer, and then x plus 2 represents the third. Now I can set up the equation. X, that first integer, plus the second one, plus that third integer, added up to give you 132. That means when I take away those brackets, because there's nothing to distribute it, I'm going to add like terms. I'm going to get a 2-step equation to solve. So solving that 2-step equation, you should be able to figure out that x equals minus 3. 3x equals 129. Divide both sides by 3. That means x, the first integer, is equal to 43. So the next 3 integers are 44 and 45. But once you've got those equations set up, you should be able to solve them, because that's what we've been doing. So let me help you set up a very common problem that you're going to see with percent solutions. Campbell is setting up a lab demonstration for her students. She needs 35 milliliters of a 15% solution. She only has a 10% and a 20% solution. How many milliliters of the 10% and 20% solution should Miss Campbell mix to get what she needs? Again, the idea of that last statement helps you identify what you're going to let your variable be. So I could let x be the amount of 10% solution. So the milliliters of the 10% solution. So then I have to decide, well, then how much of the 20% solution do I need? So looking back at the equation, you know the total amount. But again, I found that in that last statement. How many milliliters did I need? So x is the 10%. I have a total of 35. That means 35 minus x has to be the amount of the 20% solution. So once I have those variables established, then I'm going to figure out my equation. I know how much total I need. I need 15% base of 35 milliliters. That's the total amount of base. Well, let's remember what percent is. Percent means out of 100. So 15 out of 100, or 0.15, is really what 15% is. If I had 15% of 100 milliliters, that would equal 15. I would just times the 15% by 100. And you guys know that. It would be 15 milliliters of 100 would be base. So I'm really taking the 15% and multiplying it by the amount I have. It's not 100, it's 35. So now I can set that up into the other side, because this is the total amount of base that I want right here. So now I'm going to go, wait a minute, 10% of this X amount, right? Or 10% of this X amount solution plus the 20% solution times the amount, but that amount was 35 minus X. I wrote that down. Now I have an equation to solve. Just remember that percentage is 0.15. That's what I'm going to multiply by 35. And that 10% or 0.1 times X plus 20% or 0.2, which is distributed 35 minus x. So you would have to multiply that out. Then you'd have to combine like terms. You'd have to minus, it would just be the same steps that you would do to solve. You should be able to try this, maybe pause it, and get that x equals 17.5 milliliters. What's that? That's the amount of 10% solution. So to find the amount of 20% solution, you're going to subtract it. And it's going to be the same. So you're going to find out that you would need 17.5 milliliters of the 20% solution. I'm going to set one more up for you like this because these are tricky. A scientist needs 20 liters of 30% base. She only has 5% and a 45% solution. Again, how many liters of each of these solutions is she going to need? So I am going to let X be the amount in liters of 5% solution. So think about it. What's the other solution going to be? The 45% solution. How am I going to establish that in terms of X? Well, look back at your question. And you see you needed a total of 20 liters. So you have 20 liters minus the amount of the 5% solution is going to be the amount of 45% solution. The equation is set up the same way. You have 30% of 20 liters. That's what you're looking for. It is going to be equal to the 5%, or 0.05, times x, so the amount of 5% solution, plus the 45 times the 20 minus x. So 45% of the 20, the amount of that solution, All right, so once you've set up this equation, again, you have to distribute. You're going to have to combine like terms. You should get x is equal to 7.5 liters. And that's going to be the amount of the 5% solution. So then you can find the amount of 45. Once you've got it set up, you should be able to solve these. They might not always be solutions, but they'll always have in the last statement what you're looking for. Here's another example. 4 friends use an online code to get a discount on their concert tickets. There's the discount. It's given to you in the picture. They spent $312 for 4 tickets. What was the price of 1 ticket? This is going to tell you what your variable is equal to. So I'm going to let P, to represent price, equal the price of 1 ticket. Then I'm going to look at all the other information I found. Well, they spent a total amount of $312. They bought 4 tickets, right? So they told you they bought 4 tickets, but each ticket had a discount, and we see the discount right here of $15. So the original price of the ticket minus the $15, minus the $15, because that was the discount, right? And there is 4 of them. Let's see if we've got it. We have 4 times the price of the ticket minus the discount equal to 312. You've set up your linear equation. You should be able to solve it, and you will get P equal to 93. That is what you said originally, the price of the original ticket. All right, let's try one more. Coffee costs $28 per pound, and robust coffee, Arabic coffee, costs that much. Robusta coffee costs $8.75 per pound. How many pounds of Arabic coffee must you mix with 3 pounds of Robusta coffee to make a blend that costs $15.50 per pound? These, you may recall, are unit rates, dollars per pound. So when you have $28, that is for 1 pound. That is for the Arabic coffee. That means the Robusta coffee is going to be $8.75 per for 1 pound. They want a coffee blend that costs $15.50 for 1 pound. Okay, so this is what we're looking for over here. All right, so let's go back and see what we're going to let our variables equal. How many pounds of coffee, of Arabic coffee, must you mix with 3 pounds of Robusta? This, again, tells me what I'm going to use. I am going to I'm going to call it A, equal the amount of Arabic coffee that I'm looking for. So when I solve my equation, if I can set it up, I have my answer. I have what they asked for. How many pounds of Arabic coffee am I going to have? Well, I know I'm talking about cost. So if I have $28 for 1 pound of coffee, if I bought 2 pounds, it would double. If I bought 3 pounds, right? Really what I'm doing is I am multiplying it by the number of pounds that I bought, because I let A be the number of pounds that I bought. That's for the Arabic coffee. Plus, right? I am going to multiply, I'm going to multiply that times how much Robusta coffee. Well, they said you're going to mix it with 3 pounds. So I am actually multiplying the Robusta coffee, or $8.75, right, per pound, times 3, because that's how much Robusta coffee I'm going to mix with it. And what I want is I want the cost to be $15.50 per pound. Well, how much pounds do I actually have? I have all the Arabic plus the 3 pounds of Robusta. Okay, so I already knew I had 3 pounds of the Robusta. That was given. What I was looking for was how much total, when I add them, when I make a blend of those two, am I going to get? So here's your equation. You have $28 times the Arabic coffee, plus the $26.25 that it's going to cost you for the Robusta coffee. You needed to equal $15.50 times A plus $26.25. No, 46, sorry. $46.50. There you go. When I multiplied 15 by 50. Now you have an equation to solve. Move your variables to the left, move your constants to the right, and you're going to find that A is 162. That is the amount of Robusta or Arabic coffee you actually need. It's setting up the equation, and you always read that last question to see how much you're going to set it up. All right, I'm going to let you try some of these on your own. Good luck. Read that last part to set it up. The answer keys will be provided, and hopefully we'll see you soon.